Okay, let's dive right in. Welcome to this explainer on the DQ framework, which is an absolutely indispensable global standard designed to future-proof both your organization and your family. Today, we're looking at something that has fundamentally shifted how leaders, educators, and parents actually approach our modern technological landscape. Because, we really aren't just talking about basic computer skills anymore. We are talking about a commercial and personal necessity for navigating a really complex digital world, both safely and effectively.
We've got a tight, structured agenda today. We'll start with the digital intelligence advantage, move into unpacking the 32 competencies, then future-proofing with DQ, cover the global impact and SDGs, and finally wrap up with empowering the next generation. Let's get right to it. Section 1. Digital intelligence, the new advantage. So let's start by looking at why our traditional metrics are simply no longer sufficient to mitigate the chaos and the risks of the modern digital landscape. For decades, we operated under a specific set of assumptions, right? IQ, our cognitive intelligence, and EQ, our emotional intelligence, were the unquestionable benchmarks of capability. But here's the thing, they don't cover the whole picture anymore. Today, DQ, or digital intelligence, is the absolute strategic advantage you need to thrive. Think about it. You can have off-the-charts cognitive ability and incredible emotional awareness, but without the specific intelligence to apply those traits safely within a digital ecosystem, well, an individual or a company is basically operating at a severe deficit. So what exactly is it? Formally, DQ is defined as a comprehensive set of technical, cognitive, metacognitive, and socio-emotional competencies that are all grounded in universal moral values. It's essentially the toolkit that enables us to face the challenges and really harness the incredible opportunities of digital life. And this is not just some theoretical concept. It is officially recognized as the IEEE 3527.1 standard. That is a massive deal because it means DQ provides a unified, common, global language that can be benchmarked and measured across all corporate sectors and nations worldwide. Moving on to Section 2. Unpacking competencies, the 32 core skills. This is where the framework takes a massive, almost overwhelming concept and breaks it down into a highly actionable taxonomy. The magic number here is 32. The entire framework is built on exactly 32 distinct digital competencies. Rather than just vaguely asking people to, be better with technology, this standard isolates exactly which specific skills need to be developed, measured, and mastered. The architecture of this framework is actually a really elegant matrix. It organizes these 32 competencies across 8 critical areas of digital life. We're talking identity, safety, emotional intelligence, rights, things like that. Then it scales those areas across 4 distinct maturity levels. So you start at foundational connectivity and basic citizenship, and you scale all the way up through creativity to reach market competitiveness. It is essentially a clear step-by-step roadmap for human capital development. And by framing these competencies as direct, tangible solutions, organizations can effectively mitigate some seriously heavy digital liabilities. Take skills like personal cybersecurity management, digital footprint management, or the balanced use of technology. These are not just nice-to-have treats anymore. They are frontline defenses against corporate cyber risks, reputational damage, and workforce screen time fatigue. When you cultivate these specific nodes, you are directly protecting your bottom line and your people. Section 3, Future-Proofing with DQ. Let's see how this translates directly into premium, highly demanded workforce skills. When we look at reports from the World Economic Forum and the OECD, they consistently highlight these 12 critical future readiness skills. We hear about analytical thinking, complex problem solving, leadership, creativity. Well, what this framework reveals is that DQ competencies are the foundational building blocks required to actually develop those exact skills. You literally cannot achieve digital age leadership or complex problem solving without the underlying digital intelligence to navigate the environment where those problems actually exist. Let me give you a concrete example of how this plays out. It becomes incredibly clear that investing in a baseline DQ competency like media and information literacy yields a direct return on intelligence. Why is that? Because the ability to critically analyze digital media seamlessly translates into that highly sought-after corporate skill of analytical thinking and innovation. You build the digital competency, and organically you generate the high-value workforce skill. It's a real game changer. All right, Section 4, Global Impact and SDGs. Zooming out from the corporate level, let's examine the macro impact and the unquestionable global authority of this framework. The evolution of this standard really proves its immense credibility. It actually started out as a scientifically validated science museum exhibit in Singapore called the I0 program. From there, it introduced its first 8 core competencies, expanded into a robust framework of 24, and ultimately evolved into the world-first IEEE global standard we use today. That rigorous progression means it has been stress-tested from the educational front lines all the way up to global engineering standards boards. And it goes even bigger than that. Implementing these competencies directly advances the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. By prioritizing DQ, we foster quality education under Goal 4. We promote decent work and economic growth under Goal 8. We target reduced inequalities for Goal 10, and we help build peace, justice, and strong institutions under Goal 16 by actively reducing cyber threats. Cultivating digital intelligence is quite literally providing the resilient infrastructure needed to elevate the global community. Finally, Section 5, Empowering the Next Generation. Let's bring this all the way down from the macro scale to the micro application, equipping your own families and your teams. There's a fundamental mindset shift that's absolutely vital here. Whether you are a corporate leader guiding a team or a parent guiding a child, the goal is enablement, not mere restriction. Digital parenting, and frankly, digital leadership in general, is not about clamping down with absolute control. It's really about actively empowering the next generation to be good digital citizens who know how to maximize their potential while neutralizing the threats. So, how do we actually do this? Well, you can implement this enablement through 3 highly actionable principles. Step 1 is establishing clear family media boundaries, setting policies that apply to everyone, and yes, that includes the parents. Step 2 is ensuring active parental engagement. That means you mediate and discuss cyber safety openly rather than just, setting a filter and walking away. And step 3 is building a family network, creating an informed, supportive environment that actually understands current tech trends. Breaking that down into daily actions, it means sitting down and creating explicit tech agreements. It means actively using media together to build trust. It means having real, sometimes tough conversations to help children think critically about hidden agendas or subliminal messages in what they consume. And crucially, it means aligning these policies across all caregivers. These steps ensure you aren't just using devices as digital babysitters, right? You're actively nurturing emotional resilience against very real cyber threats. So, bringing it all together, understanding and applying the DQ framework provides an unmatched strategic advantage for both your workforce and your family. It isn't just about playing defense and avoiding the negative, it's a highly systematic approach to maximizing human potential in the digital age. By focusing on these 32 competencies, we move from being passive consumers to truly competent, competitive, and creative digital citizens. I want to leave you with this final provocative thought as we wrap up this explainer. Knowing that these global standards exist, and knowing how deeply they impact everything from baseline cyber safety to top-tier market competitiveness, how ready is your own digital ecosystem for the future? What is your family or organization's return on intelligence? Well, it's time to start building it.